Hey everyone, Jeff here, and a lot of folks have been asking me about how keto might impact their fitness performance, per se, for their fitness test, especially if you're using keto to lose weight for your PT test, right? And the answer to that is it may actually, guess what, improve your performance, all right? Now, let's just look at just a few things here, all right? Now, there's one big study out of Yukon, all right? And this study, it basically showed that a high-fat, low-carb diet, meaning they were on keto, all right? And they used this on endurance runners. Now, these runners, they asked them to run 3 hours, a lot different than a mile and a half, right? But they asked them to run for 3 hours. And what they found from these guys, and they ate this diet for 6 months, and then they did the testing, right? And what they found were runners, especially if you run more than 3 hours. When I used to run marathons, you're going to lose some muscle mass when you do that kind of running, all right? And what they found in these guys is they actually maintain their muscle mass with a high-fat, low-carb diet, all right? The other thing they found is they found that they burned extraordinarily high amounts of fat. Now, guess what, guys? If you're trying to lose weight and you're wanting to burn fat, hey, you might want to listen to this, all right? We're talking, you basically become a fat burner versus a carb burner. Now, the other thing is they performed at or slightly better than those guys who are on the high carb diet, all right? So that's just one reason why keto might be best for someone if you're trying to lose weight. Now, let's look over here real quick, all right? NIH study. Let's talk about guys who are trying to build muscle. Now, I had a guy approach me in a weight room. Actually, it was after Vital 90 one day, several months ago, and he was showing me his diet, and he was asking me advice. And I told him, hey, you know what? I think you need to cut the carbs down and go a little higher with the fat, and basically that way you can build muscle and basically burn fat. And at first he was like, I don't know, that's not what I've been told, right? But I asked him to go do some research and get with it. Well, about 2 months later, he came back and he was like, Mr. Jeff, man, I have gained like 10 pounds of muscle mass, and I have cut fat on this diet. And he was unbelievable. But we have research to prove it. There's actually an NIH study that was done in 2016, and it was basically muscle building and keto. And what they found on this study was, guess what? On a keto diet, you can in fact build muscle and cut fat at the same time. Right? Almost unheard of. You go low calorie diet, there's no way you're going to put on muscle mass. All right? But keto, put on muscle mass, cut fat, same time. The other thing is they found that people that are on a higher carb diet actually had a harder time putting on muscle mass than those who weren't. All right? So once again, another reason to do keto. Now, got one more thing, and you better listen to this. This is cool. All right? If you look over here, high-fat diets, what they have found, all right? And I don't have the research for this or the studies on this, but I'm sure if you want it, I can find it for you, all right? And what they found is high-fat diets actually help support and increase testosterone levels. If you're trying to burn fat, you better have high testosterone levels. If you don't, you are going to have a hard time burning it, all right? The other thing is, guess what? You have increased energy stores on a high-fat diet, all right? Meaning you're not gonna hit those highs and lows like you do on a carb diet. You stay more steady because you've got an endless supply of energy if you become a fat burner, all right? And then the other thing is, guess what? You hold less water, so you got less bloat, all right? Show me anybody who likes bloat, all right? Not me, all right? So bottom line is keto and exercise go hand in hand, and you can actually become a higher performer doing this diet rather than a lower performer. Hope this helps. We'll have some more stuff. I won't promise I'll have anything tomorrow. Got a busy day in front of me, but like I said, we will continue chipping away at keto for a couple more days before we move to something else. If I don't see you, you guys have a great weekend.